What does science say about motivation? How can I become and stay physically active? Motivation is what drives us to do something. It describes the reasons behind our actions. It is not about what we do but about why we do it. There are many theories about motivation, but most studies agree that there are two main forms of motivation: intrinsic motivation and its counterpart, extrinsic motivation. Extrinsic motivation arises from external incentives. In this case, we do something to receive a certain reward or to avoid a punishment or negative consequences. Intrinsic motivation, on the other hand, arises from within us, from our personal desires, passions, or goals. We are therefore independent from external stimuli, and it is much more likely that we start or maintain a behavior for which we have an intrinsic motivation. The two forms of motivation are not mutually exclusive. Extrinsic and intrinsic motivation can also coincide and thus reinforce each other. From science we know that sport participants who focus on intrinsic goals are more likely to enjoy themselves and continue to exercise. In their self-determination theory on psychological growth and well-being, American psychologists Richard Ryan and Edward Deci have identified three basic psychological human needs, namely autonomy, competence, and relatedness, that are strongly connected to our intrinsic motivation. Briefly summarized, autonomy means the need to self-regulate one's experiences and actions. Competence refers to our basic need to feel effective and master important spheres of life. Lastly, relatedness concerns feeling socially connected to other people. These needs, unlike a variety of other human desires or gratifications that motivate behavior, are essential not only for optimal motivation but also for our well-being. What does this mean for our selection of your physical activities or sports? Firstly, it is important to find out for yourself which activities you actually enjoy. Of course, you can exercise because you know it is helping to manage your weight or because your doctor has told you to do so. But if you feel that you have to be physically active because it is prescribed from the outside, it will be very difficult for you to maintain this behavior. This is even more true when it comes to strengthening mental well-being. Here it doesn't make sense to act against your internal wishes and preferences. So, take your time, explore new and different activities until you find out what is right for you. The second recommendation is not to overwhelm yourself or let yourself be overwhelmed. Your training and exercise can and should be challenging, but if you constantly feel that you are not mastering an activity, that you are struggling, that you are comparing yourself to others who are much better, then the activity, the coach, or the group is probably not for you. Therefore, take the time to properly learn a new sport with the help of a qualified coach and find the group that suits your expectations and current level of proficiency. And thirdly, do not only see sport as a functional tool to keep your body fit and healthy, but also as an environment in which you can make friends and build a strong social network. However, the aspect of connectedness does not only have to refer to the connection with other people, but can also be about the connectedness with nature or a spiritual sense that one may experience, for example, when practicing sports in the great outdoors.